such an asshole.
Gotta bang him out tonight, and since pussy is in the title, I can say the word pussy in the video, and shit, fuck, damn it, piss, fuck, pussy, shit, fuck, damn. I just want you to listen to yourself, okay? Don't mention dates or my age and try to keep us now to the best. Hi, asshole, I'm a youngish male with no dating experience. All right, you are an adult male, significantly into adulthood. No dating experience and never had a girlfriend. You chose that. You chose that. I graduated some time ago with a legitimate degree, and you were allowed into an organization at a reasonable status level because of your education. I never dated or asked women out during my younger years. I regret this. Start asking. I wish I would have dated when I was younger. I've had women in the past make advances on me when I went to school at a place, but then transferred to a different school where the gender ratio was predominantly male. Right, because when you walked out of your classroom, the population didn't drop back down to a 50-50 ratio. There were just no girls around, right? Because you have to ask out girls in your class. I'm a pussy, P-U-S-S-Y. I'm a coward, because I don't want to try. And this guy, by the way, sent me, he's big. He could kick my ass in half a second. Pussy, 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 pussy. Pussy, little man. Pussy, he can't. I did not accept these advances because I was not ready and lacked confidence in myself. No, you are a coward. Because the college wanted me to take shit electives on leftist gendercraft for you to, yeah, okay, I'm with you there. I understand. Now, here's where you're the standard coward nerd, even though you're bigger and stronger, you do work out, and good for you. You're the standard coward American nerd because now you want the formula. You don't want to risk rejection, and so now you're going to ask me, if this, then A, and then if that, then B. But if Q, then do I do R, S, or T? If you want a robotic script, I can write you a program. It'll cost you all the money you have, and it's going to be on paper, and you follow the decision matrix, if then, and see how far that gets you. Should I tell the woman what I do to get them more attracted to me? Will this attract the wrong women? Men don't like fat chicks, so would the same logic apply to men with crap jobs? I bring this up because I have not had luck since I graduated with getting the girls, all right? You didn't ask out any girls. And by the way, I linked to Troy. I'm going to reference two things, but the first thing I want you to do is I want you to consume all of Troy Francis's work. The link to his channel is down below. I also want you to hire him so you learn to talk to girls. That's not me. I'm not the nice guy. Troy's a nice guy. Troy's British. He's got the accent. He could say fuck you right to your face, but he's got that beautiful British accent and those nice blue eyes. They're like, oh, man, he's a real great guy. Right? He's the expert on talking to the girls, son. Right? But then I also want you to read the Book of Numbers, if you want, the last chapter. I don't even want you reading you don't need to read that. Just read the last chapter. And you will find out the number one thing you can do to increase your chances with girls is to ask them out. It is volume. It is numbers. Now, the irony, you're doing the hard work of going to the gym. You're doing that. You already have a legitimate background and a legitimate position. So yes, that is kind of a requirement. Girls like you to be a professional, to be employed, and you got that covered. You have everything. You just got to stop being this microscopic limp dick pussy coward and ask the fucking girls out, and don't worry about whether you get rejected. And Typical coward nerd. Do they like that? Do they like, you know what they don't like? Some guy, do they like this? Go up to a girl. She's cute. Hey, how you doing? You're cute. You want to go get coffee sometime? That's it. And guess what? Prepare for the no's. And no isn't the worst. That's not the worst. The worst is when they say yes and then they don't show up. And get used to that, because that is industry standard. Right? That you need to so fucking toughen up to get out there and get your face punched in, metaphorically. I mean, it's like sparring. I was going to say jujitsu, but it's any martial art. How do I get good at it? You go get your ass kicked. You go on the mat. And standard fucking typical weak ass, coward ass, pussy nerd. Ooh, what strategy? Should I throw a left punch and then a right upper? Oh, I see. I study. Oh, okay. No. Get out there. Start asking out fucking girl. And it's not to get on a date with a girl, because you're in no shape to go on a date with a woman. I just need you to get your ass shot down so you get inured to it. You get used to it, and we don't have this stupid conversation again. I've had an experience where a woman has perked up when she heard what school I was studying at and asked me how long I was from graduation. Well, she could have just been genuinely curious. Can you tell me any problems I could have? I don't know you personally, but I could tell you you're a coward and a pussy. I understand it's probably transactional on a basic level. You're overthinking it. Is finding a traditional relationship even realistic? Not for you. No. No. You are afraid of half the population of the opposite sex. Now, I'm not saying you shouldn't be concerned or even afraid in some reasons or for some reasons. All right, I get it. But, dude, they're humans. They're not fucking robots. You're not training the dog. They're fucking humans. Go up to the girls and talk to them. Get your ass shot down like the rest of us. Realize they ain't all that. Go on a couple dates. Get stood up a billion times. You'll be like, hey, wait a minute. Now all this kind of red pill stuff makes sense. Don't come up to me. Who do I do? Hey, do you want me to go on a date? Would you like me to tell you what to say standing right there next to the girl? Is finding a traditional relationship even realistic? Not for you. It's already bad enough for the people who do have a set of balls, or at least half a testicle, and go ask a girl out. It's already, and that's where you might want to read the rest of the book of Numbers to see how unrealistic it is. It is statistically unrealistic. It's not impossible, but it's not likely. But you stand zero chance because you won't even ask a girl out. Will my career hinder me from finding a young woman at my age or below? No. You going through all these variables in your minds, man. You are so trying to find the formula, aren't you? You so want me just to give the girl to you. Look, if it's this, and I'll tell you this, go to where it's legal and just get laid. I know you're a virgin still. That's fine. That's okay. But one of the best things you can do right now is go have sex so that you realize what it is, and it's not the world's most greatest thing ever. All right? Just the fear of the unknown is what you have. And among with getting rejected and all that, I know you're like, oh my God. I mean, God Christ, you haven't asked a girl out. I can't imagine what it'd be like if you had sex. All right? So why don't you get over that fear? Go. I'm serious. Go fly. Prostitution is not legal in Las Vegas. It is not legal in Clark County. It is the county that Pahrump is in, and other counties. I don't know. You have to look it up on the internet. All right. You're approaching this problem the completely wrong way, thinking they are a fucking math formula, thinking they are a program or an algorithm. And in some regards and capacities, yes, humans are, men and women both. There are some general rules to follow. But my God, man, you're worried about, is my career good? Why? What makes you think your career would hit? You have a good career. Why would that hurt? Why? What makes you think that? Why would you ask such a stupid fucking question? Oh, I know, because you want to have every possible variable figured out so you don't suffer any rejection or pain. millions of years of evolution are screaming at me now that my Maslow's hierarchy is close to completion. I just need to graduate from this thing. Okay, well, good. Then you'll have all your food, clothing, and shelter taken care of. And then it'll be time to move on. All right. But you're not, and you know what? Maybe you just have the personality that you're like a Tesla. You're just not going to have women in your life. All right. Seems like you want women in your life. And I'm cutting through the bullshit and telling you knock this fucking shit off right fucking now. But maybe if it's too big of a hurdle, it's too scary, they're too intimidating or daunting, maybe you just, skip love and Maslow's hierarchy of needs and move on to like self-esteem. What's below self-actualization? I don't know, community, belonging, join the reserve police force, whatever. And then self-actualization. Maybe you write a book, or you do something really cool. Maybe you go on an adventure. Just skip girls altogether. But if you want girls, you're going to have to run the gauntlet and get hurt. And you're going to have to stop approaching them as if they are a math problem to solve. I said, send me some pictures. Now, then you proceeded to send me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 more emails. You think you got a touch of the tism there, maybe? Where did you get it? Was a good idea with my demeanor and personality and what is written on my website that you should send me 13 emails. Unless these are individual pictures. Okay, that makes sense. All right, there you are. You're hiking. I'm not going to click on your Instagram. I don't want to. I guess I will have to click on your Instagram. Okay, why aren't you asking out girls? I asked that question, you answered. You said, I have been since I left college, but it's been limited. In college, I didn't think the academic environment plus the COVID situation played a role. I tried Tinder, but all I get are really fat chicks with tattoos. You need to ask out girls, okay? You need to ask out girls in person. Again, go talk to Troy Francis. Okay, you're in good shape. Maybe you could lose some baby fat, but that's a lot of your age too. You got kind of a scary face though. That might intimidate some girls. If you can grow a beard and like a 5 o'clock shadow. Yeah. Maybe grow your hair out longer. Your problem, it's not your physique. Okay, everyone could tone up. You could tone up a little bit. All right. But also a lot of it is your baby face. You're doing the hard work, man. You're at the gym. That much is obvious. I mean, and the only cosmetic things I would change is because of the baby face, kind of like a slightly weird face. Grow a 5 o'clock shadow if you can. Connect the beard if you can. Get some kind of facial hair. Maybe grow your hair out long if that's possible, if you know what I'm saying. All right, good. I take it back. You did send me. These are all individual pictures. Yeah. Should I get tattoos? No, don't get a tattoo. No. Video. I'd like to add one more thing. I had a girl mention marriage to me at a particular time. I felt this was a red flag, and she seemed like she was being fake. Do you have anything to say about? Yeah, you're over analyzing this shit. Knock it the fuck off. Right? The reason you are a coward in the pussy is you're constantly trying to avoid pain and suffering that comes from rejection. The pain and suffering from admitting. Here's another thing you're afraid. Not only rejection, but and most people are afraid of this in general. When you tell someone who's poor, the way to get out of poverty is to work hard and stop doing stupid shit. The reason they're afraid of that is not unto hard work itself, but because it is a change in what they're expecting their life to be. Like, I have to work for the rest of my life? Yes, you do. And they do not have the courage to accept that that is what their future life is going to be. If you want to get girls, what you're trying to do, and I understand this from an economist standpoint, you're trying to do it the most expeditious way possible, right? which is doing some kind of formula, some kind of mathematical thing to whittle away everything to just the alpha, not alpha in terms of men. I mean, alpha in terms of statistical, whittling away idiosyncratic risk, if you want to get technical about it. But what you're also doing is you're trying so desperately to find the way to get girls without what is absolutely required. And that is work. It's work. All right. And you're obviously not afraid of the gym. That's the hardest part of the work. And you're not afraid of a hard career. You do have a legit career. You're lined up in that. You got all the physical hard work done. What you're afraid of is the labor and the toil that comes with it's a sales job. That's what you're afraid of. Because that's all it is with girls. It's a fucking sales job. You go up, you set, you get a number, you don't make the sale. You go up, you get a number, you get a call back, you don't make the sale. And I understand you don't want to do that. And maybe that's what's intimidating you and making you a pussy, in addition to the fear of rejection. All right? But you have to decide right now, do you want a woman in your life? Do you want women in your life? You do? This is the price you got to pay. And as far as I'm concerned, you're doing all the hard stuff already. All right? But I understand if you don't want to go and pound on the doors, hey, you want to go out? Hey, you want to go out? Hey, you want to go out? I've literally asked out thousands of girls. Yes, it was a fucking pain in the ass. Hundreds of girls I went out with. Yes, that too was a fucking pain in the ass, and a costly one too. And I did date, I guess, scores or a dozen women, and most of them were a pain in the ass. I get it if you don't want to do that. Okay? But then don't do it. And please save yourself the penury and the painassery. I have my abacus. Knock it off. Either you accept now you want girls and you're willing to put forth the effort and pay the price in the pursuit of them. All right. And you're already doing the gym and everything about, but it's just getting out there and getting rejected. And Troy Francis will help with this. Or you don't. And if you don't, that's perfectly fine too. That's perfect. There's MGTOW, like legit MGTOW. They did a cost benefit analysis. Like, this is not worth it. You could also do it like where you try it, you ask them out, you get shot down, you go on a date, you get all the drama and all that crap that comes with it. And then you say, yeah, this isn't worth it. This totally isn't for me. But at least do yourself that favor to go down that path to find out for yourself for sure. Like, yeah, don't be one of these theoretical MGTOWs. Like, oh, bitches all be crazy, right? And you're like 16 years old. Damn dog has Ivy. Oh, she's chewing on her bone. You want go. And I think you'll be a stronger man for it if you face this fear and you put a little bit of effort. So then at minimum, you know what's required to get a date, to get laid. All right. I still think you should go off to not Clark County, Las Vegas. Hang on. God, bleeping Christ. Hey, dog. What are you chewing on? Knock it off. All right, go over there. When I get back to the Northern Command, you owe yourself the experience, so there is no more confusion. There is no wonder. You are like, okay, I went there, I did that, I done that. And then you'll know. And then you'll be able to make a cost-benefit decision. Is this worth my time? Because a lot of times it isn't. A lot of time, well, most men who are holding divorce would say, oh, it's not worth it. But you won't know that. You're still curious. So please, just take your lumps. Get the shit kicked out of you metaphorically. Get shot down. Get the fear out of your stomach. That's why I'm recommending Troy Francis, link down below. And you know, while you're working, you can do this as well in different places. I'm trying to keep you anonymous as possible. All right? But then you'll know. And you'll say, this is what's required, this is what it takes, and this is what it feels like. And at minimum, you'll be able to interact with the opposite sex in a functional, professional, even social level. And then if you don't want, fine. Or you say, well, maybe I want more of a traditional guy. Well, maybe go overseas. That's perfectly all right. But You're one of the standard. How do I get the girls out? What's the cheat codes? Do I do XBait? Give me the cheat code. There is no cheat code. And everybody, please fucking stop asking. Stop asking. Be a man. Get shot down. It's not fun. It's not fun. But I know what it's like. There's no confusion. I know what I'm not missing out on. Like, we're down here. We got the tornado chasing kid. I'm like, let's go to the strip. And like, yeah, I'm going to check it out. And he knew, not even like, no, I'm not going to go. He's smart enough not to go to nightclubs. But he's asked out girls. So ask him out. Get shot down. Go on a date. You're taller, bigger guy, so you might intimidate some people. So in your case, I'm not a big guy on looks maxing. I'm not. But in your case, because you have very distinct feet, try and grow a beard a little bit, grow out your hair a little bit, and then close. And talk to Troy Francis about that. He'll kind of, because you have a very harsh look to you, you need to calm that down and soften it with some fashion and some facial stuff and all that. Not a big, don't lose sleep over it. Okay. No, you don't have to rush out and do this tomorrow, but just definitely. You look like you go to the gym. It's it, man. Stop being a fucking pussy. Stop looking for the easy way out. Go get the lumps on your head. And then after, like, I don't know, a year, 6 months, whatever, like, yeah, this isn't worth it. This is totally not worth it. And that's a perfectly fine conclusion, because if you read the first 11 or 12 chapters of the book of Numbers, you look at like, yeah, this ain't worth it. And then the 13th chapter, or whatever the last chapter is here's what you got to do to improve it. And if after you've asked out girls, you know what is required in terms of investment, time, suffering, pain, agony, then ask yourself, is chapter 12 or 13, is that worth it? If it's no, cool. Then you answered your question and you could go, you don't have to be celibate, but then you might want to look more at the seeking arrangement. Then you might want to look overseas. Then you might want to just like, I'm going to go to Carson City and get myself some tears. And it's fine. But don't waste my time. And more importantly, don't waste your time looking for this magical fucking formula that doesn't fucking exist. That's just A, B, C, D, E, F, G, girl bobbing up and down to my penis. Hey, everybody. Oh, jeez. It's the Jimmy Stewart formula. Oh, yeah, you see, all you got to do is you open up the door with your left hand, and then you get a drink and gesture with your right, and then, oh, my goodness, she's sucking my penis. Oh, Martha. And I apologize for the 13, but you did send too many emails here, half of which are the images. All right. Let's go to the super chats, if there are any. We got a couple. Oh, wow. I got to keep scrolling back. I'm scrolling, making sure there isn't anyone I got to kick out. Well, okay. SZ makes it. You'll get blown out in real life. No, I need him. You all need to start approaching girls in the real life. This online dating thing is a waste of time. Unless you're going to do seeking arrangement, or maybe Bumble, maybe. All right. For women, though, I'll give you the opposite advice. So you all should be online because it's to your advantage, your favor. But men, you ask girls out in public. Yes, you might. You're creepy. Okay, fine. You scared. Fine. All right. It's not illegal yet. So do it now while it's still legal. But this will build up because he's going to have to interact with people in the real world anyway. All right, Athamel Deku, I can't get any girls. Woe is me. If you have $100, you can get a girl. Hatan and Clogs, 43, 34, $2. No, you can't make me, Cappy. Equal to men there. This is a good, even though he didn't pay. Not true, Cappy. Women are equal to men. They ask us out, so he does not have to bother. The women will come to him. That is how feminism works. Women fight for equality. Yeah, I know. I am all for treating people equally because that's a moral and ethical and just right thing to do. But I love where feminism just falls right on its face, in my opinion. It's like, oh, until something hard comes along and my fifis might get hurt. And women do not ask out men. You know why? Because you girls are... This guy might be a pussy. But he did ask some girls out. And pretty much all the other girls out there, like 99% of women will die never asking a guy out. When women start asking men out in equal measure, then I will hand the trophy of equality over. But right now, until you girls go and approach that beachhead, I'm just waiting. I'm waiting. And by all means, you certainly may. I mean, and Streaker Shock is right here. Technically, the client should, half the time a girl should have asked him out because it's equality, right? It's like, nope. Though in defense of women, men demand women more than women demand men. There is that misbalance in the market. And if we use sex drives as a proxy, women only have 1/9 the interest in men that men do women. So naturally with that, women are, I just don't like men that much. Would you? Okay. Then maybe then maybe equality has been on par and achieved in that regard. Women just don't like men that much. We like men as much. No. If you did, you would be asking them out as much. Yes. You guys can use the airstrike too. Look, girls, we've had a couple girls. How do I ask out guys? Courageous, truly courageous, equal women. And superior women to their cowardly, I'm all for feminism, but when I like traditional things like men to pay for shit. No. These are real legit ladies. How do I ask out a guy? Airstrike. So guys, you can do that too if you're a coward. All right? Or you just don't have time. You write your name and your number down. Like, hey, I got to get going, and there wasn't an opportunity to talk to you because you're here with all your girlfriends, but I think you're cute. I'd like to take you out sometime. So name's there. Give me a call. Actually, don't call me. Text me because no one picks up the phone anymore. And then you're out. And then you can expect like a 1 in 100 call back. Send them your way. Do you want me to forward the thing? You want me to send it to you, Rachel? I'll send it to him. I got other guys, Rachel. Well, who? Cappy, the horror broker, the man horror broker. You want me to? I'll line you up. This guy needs to work on himself, though. I'm going to tell you that, right? He needs to work on himself. He needs to knock it off with this Spurg stuff like A, B, C, D. No. He needs to man up. He needs to be roughed up a little bit. But and good background, not joking. Like, I'd like to say what he does because it is quite impressive. All right, Rusty. Hey, Rusty, how you been, man? Where have you been? $5. I still practice being shot down. She's out of my league. Give it a shot. You get what you expect or better. There's a lot of guys will talk about this phenomena where it's like you go out as a group of guys and the goal is to get shot down as much as possible. That's a good position to get into. That's a good practice because then you're just used to getting shot down. And I was talking to a tornado chasing kid. We were hiking yesterday. And I said, I remember slowly after getting shot down enough, like you get used to it. But now to get used to it, you don't view him as human anymore. And it's it's kind of sad and tragic when you don't view girls that you're asking out on a date anymore as a human, but just another number, just another thing. And to where if they shoot you down, you take no personal offense or umbrage. You're not even fazed because just like, okay, next one. And then when the girl says yes, like, oh, okay, cool. But you also don't view them really as a human just yet until you get to know them. And God Almighty, I've told this story a million times before where I'd be out patrolling and like, monitor clearing, contact dispatch. Yeah, what's up? Amy says you had a date. Oh shit, I forgot about that. Oh, because you didn't. I would double book or I'd schedule when I had work to do. I think the best thing for the client is going to happen is when he gets stood up. When you get stood up on industry average 7 out of 10 times, because to get, all right, let's say you got 10 times for a girl. Here's where the work comes in. This is what he's afraid of. Do you know how hard it is, how much work how many girls you have to ask out to get 10 just to say yes to a date? All right. Now I know I'm doing old school analog days. All right. But do you know how hard that is? It's a lot of, that's asking a lot of gals, probably around 100 if we use the rule of 10. So you ask out 100 girls, 10 say yes. All right. And then 7 stand you up. Like, yeah, well, I'll meet you here at this time, whatever. They stand you up. All right. Now, and then 3 go on a date. All right. So that's good. All right. But after getting stood up 7 times, the average human, the average man anyway, is going to feel really shitty about himself and wonder what's wrong with him. He needs to get to that point, and then he needs to say, wait a minute, hold on, something ain't right. She said yes. Words have meaning. Women are equal. They lied. And they're like, oh. And then this gleam, this sheen will come off of girls, and you realize, oh, okay, that's what it is. All right. And then he won't be afraid of him anymore. Then he won't get worked up. Same thing with the sex. Once he has, he's like, this is it? This is kind of sloppy and crappy. Yeah. Yes. It isn't like Sterling Cooper makes it look. Not that I've seen the Australian penis. I'm just saying, I'm sure he makes it. I'm sure he performs wonderfully. I'm sure he makes his penis look great. I have a great performing penis over there. But once you have non-Sterling Cooper sex, and you're like, that was it? Yep, that's what you were afraid of this entire time. And then you're like, he'll get better sleep. You won't worry about this anymore. And look, I know a lot of you guys like, oh, I got anxiety. Talk to Troy Francis. He is the foremost expert in the world. I mean, not the world, but the one I know. Talk to him. Tell him I send you. Link down below. After Meldek, you want $2. Kit Kat Ranch, Carson City, Nevada. Go there. You're welcome. Yeah, but he's got. He should fly into Reno then. I'm talking Vegas because Vegas flights are really cheap. Reno's expensive. I don't think Spirit flies out there. No, Spirit flies to Vegas. Under $500 with car rental, you can get laid. You know, you get the $38 midnight red-eye flight round trip, Vegas. Bada boom, bada bing. You're in, baby. And you're driving back like that was it. That was it. Look, you wouldn't roll stay on the north side of Vegas, of Nevada, right? This is my territory. I got the south side, you got the north side. You stay on the north side. Anthony Ciartino, our Italian-American agent in the field, $5. Had a girl cancel on me 5 minutes before date last month. Take your lickings while you're young and let it roll off your shoulders, boys. Yep. I cannot strongly recommend enough that you always double book. I don't mean necessarily girls, but you double book like a girl and a night out with the guys, a girl and another shift, a girl and doing your taxes. I mean, here, let me, God, I'm smart. The Clary recovery from getting shot down with whatever. Here's this technique. Try this technique. Come up with 10 items that you really ought to do that no one does, but it makes your life a lot easier and a lot less hassle-free. All right. Things like a will, a living will, your taxes. I guess it's not LifeLock, but Norton LifeLock. I'm trying to think what else. Cleaning the house, cleaning out the garage. Come up with 10 things people never do that's going to make your life a lot better and declutter the home. And then you just got it up on your refrigerator, right? And you ask out a girl and you have Friday night scheduled off, right? Friday night scheduled off. And you basically say, either I go on a date with the girl, or if and when she flakes on me, I'm going to clean out the garage. And oh, trust you me, girls will flake on you enough that you will have your house in ship shape. You'll have your finance set up IRA account, fund IRA account, because actually you got to get approved and verified and all that other stuff. But there's a lot of that boring finance. Go to the doctor, have like a lunch date, have a doctor's appointment. Although you couldn't cancel on that. Like, oh, you're going to show up. Oh, can we reschedule till 2 p.m.? I didn't know you were going to show up. But you have something that you do that gets your ducks in line, squares you away. And easily in a year, if you're active and asking girls out, you'll be stood up 10 times and you get 10 amazing things done. Like, you got your will and testament done. You're 25. Yeah, but I've been stood up enough. Would you like to see my clean garage? Yeah. I'm also scrolling for trolls or idiots. I'm not going to beat the dog. I just took the chew toy away from the dog. That's all I did. The dog is fine. The dog is fine. Well, can't argue with you in some cases there, Mike. Tannic Clogs 4334, $2. No, Cappy, leave the dog alone. Leave her alone. I just took her chew toy away. Honest to God. You know, I thought Dre would be the only one to give me guff about the dog, and here you Hanyakers are. Scrolling down. Luis Sanchez, $10. HVAC tradesman in South Chicago. House paid off. Only debt is my pickup. Stopped chasing women for 1 year and was able to save a fortune. Thanks for the constant. No problem, Luis. Where up? I guess, but where south? Like close to Calumet, Indiana? Are you as far north as Hyde Park? Kind of. When you say south side, everyone just thinks the entire south side of Chicago is crap, which is not true. It's the section of Chicago, south side Chicago. Man, because I was going to say, if you're down by Indiana, why don't you just live in Indiana and do your work in Chicago? I wouldn't live in Chicago. Alex Redmond, €5. Cappy, thoughts on asking out girls at the gym? Any tips, or is that a no? That's a no-go. That's defecating where you eat. Do not shit where you eat. And where you eat is your local bar, your local restaurants, your local coffee houses, your gym, your church. Although church, maybe you can, no. Some people disagree with me on that, but I've shat where I ate before, and I'm like, oh, fuck, I fucked that. I shouldn't have done that. That was dumb. You kind of want your fortress of solitude. You want your community, your neighborhood, your town. You want your neighborhood bar. But yeah, I mean, back in the day, I asked out, the girls at my bar, and thankfully they, like most wait staff, would be cycled out, and then I could kind of go back to my neighborhood bar. But you don't, it just kind of, there's you, and you can always go to the town over or go into downtown or something like that. But no, the gym, you go there to work out. Now, if a girl asks you out, that's cool, because girls are equal and they do that regularly, right? All the time. Now, Alex, how many times have you had to turn girls down? Like, I have had half you girls ask me out. I just don't have enough time in my social calendar. Ben Foster, 10 generous dollars. Online dating takes too much effort and time. Like, online dating is horrible. That's why I recommend you go seeking arrangement, because that is becoming a dating site. Admittedly, it costs money, guys. I'm sorry. Don't blame me for that. Or a Bumble, because then the girl's got to reach out to you. But there is no reason, and it's in the book of numbers. Go get it, guys. The average guy and girl spends 90 minutes swiping on dating apps. You're all fucking morons. Knock that shit off right now. If you see a cute girl, airstrike at minimum. Look at me, I'm sounding like Troy Francis. I don't know what Troy Francis comes up with in terms of phrases, but guys, it's not. Hey, Gray One has a sinlibsoch.com warning before you tune into him. Just a warning. Sinlibsoch.com. Great One is like, great way. Do you have a boyfriend? It makes it clear what your intentions are, what you're going to do. And she says, no, would you like to get a coffee? You're cute. Here's my number. I got to go do a thing, but text me sometime. Yeah, just guys, ask. I mean, I remember I'd be asking out like a girl a day. It was hard. It was a part-time job, and you got shot down the majority of the time. But that's how you got, and you do that over 15 years or whatever, from 15 to 30. You're good. It's going to be natural. I mean, you won't bat 1,000 all the time. Your performances aren't always going to be, Gregory Peck. Meeting girls outside the good old-fashioned way works better. Yes, it does, Ben. Thank you. Michael Morgan, $5. Cappy, what would you think if a woman actually asked you out? Take it seriously or start looking for a camera? Well, both. Well, I guess you can't do it both. It would depend on the context. Like, one girl did ask me out because her behavior before confirmed that it made sense. She did like me. She had a crush on me. I'm like, oh, that's the famous one where I said no. I just said no. And you could see like Vince and Cowboy Bebop, the movie. There's some nerding out. You think I don't got nerd cred? Before he twisted it, it was like that. You should like, why? I said, because you won't have sex. I'll do a lot of other. No, we have the pokey poke in the fun hole, or go away. And then she ran upstairs crying, and I didn't care because I was so hungry and so fucking tired. When you're in Maslow's lower hierarchy of needs, you really become an asshole. You don't give a flying fuck with you. But yeah, if a woman asks me out, there's something. She's either an incredibly courageous woman, which rarely happens, but for the most part, you can look for the camera. Yes, and that has been every other instance. There was another gal that did ask me out. Maybe there's a third one, but it's not coming to memory now. But I do every other time, something's a joke. It's wrong. Oh, you guys want to hear a funny story? You want to hear funny? Oh, come on, get Uncle Time with Cappy, kids. Uncle Cappy. Tell us a story, Uncle Cap. All right, I will. I was at a party. Worst part of my life. Is it just the worst? Miserable. And this blonde was being real nice to me. And I'm like, oh, cool. And I'm reciprocating. Things are going well. Then we all went out dancing. It was great. She's dancing with it. I think we're even dancing closer. Everything was going really well. I'm like, I got this in the bag. Got this, a nice little light in a very dark time. And we get back. And I'm like, well, can I get your, let me get your, oh, well, no, I'm married. I'm like, what? That's my husband. And everyone in the party was in on it, and they were laughing. And I think I can remember that. And man, not joking, I had every right to go off the deep end and just all right, that's it. Those were presumably friends of mine. Then a friend of mine said, I felt really bad they did that. This is 15 years later. He said, I felt really bad they did that to you. Well, later on, I find out her and her husband had a little bit of troubles. So much so that he belted her one. And I should laugh, but they fucked up with me. And like, what husband lets your wife do that shit? Who goes in on that joke? And I found out that, yeah, there's some physical violence. I'm like, huh? Really? Trouble in paradise. No kidding, huh? I was just like, you know what would have been nice if none of that happened? How about that? How about like we just all had a good time? You didn't lead me on like that. And yeah, that was, yeah. And there's other times. Yeah, they can be cruel sometimes, man. Like girls, like, you know, being stood up is one thing. Being led on, that's another thing. Or for a joke. However, I will say there was another girl in attendance where I actually did stand up for myself verbally and kind of lectured everybody. And I can't remember. And I pointed and I say, you're lucky I give you the time of day. You're not as hot as me, or something like that. Well, guess who got laid a couple weeks later by her? Yeah. And she was the one that came over for it. Says, you're a good time, Clary. It's like, thank you. That still make up for it. But yes, if you're being asked out by a girl, something's off, and it could be off in a good way. The girl's actually courageous. She really likes you. That's fine. More often than not, something, you got to look around. I don't mean you're going to get hoodwinked and someone's going to hit you over the head with a billy club and take your wallet. I mean, that could happen. But usually it's a joke. Usually it's like some kind of shtick. So, you know, start looking for the camera. Nigma, $5. I've had dates cancel on me so many times. My friend told me it's my mutant superpower, Captain Cancel. I don't, you know, man, rule of 50-50-25. Look it up on my blog. Most girls, 70% of girls will flake on a date or cancel at the last minute. Or they just stand you up. It is what it is. You can get angry and howl at the moon, or you just accept it and change your strategy and your expectations. And I'll tell you this, watch my video, how a gym replaces a career. A lot of this will go away if you go to the gym and work out and become very physically good looking. 2 hours a day at the gym will make a lot of these problems go away because you'll be so good looking and in such good shape. Most women will not waste your time. And if you think about it, if I were to be more savvy of an economist when I was a much younger man, which I wasn't, I mean, all the time I got stood up or prepared for whatever. If I had just gone to the gym, I would have drastically increased my chances. So, I mean, it's almost like, you know, well, how do you get girls? Well, you go to the gym. Well, is that where I ask out the girls? No, matter of fact, that's one of the last places you ask out girls. You go to the gym and you work out. And then out in public, where you're not at your places, you're not in your backyard, then you ask out girls. That's it. That's all it is. And then expect to only go, for those who say yes, by the way, only expect to go out 30% of the time. But hopefully you're good looking enough and jacked enough and ripped enough that you have a lower flake rate. I think even Roosh, like in his prime, would get flaked on like 50%, 1 and 2. Just a guy, you know, $5. Why do guys take girls out on dates? You can meet them while on your purpose. I met 5 in 2021. Not a lot, but I feel good that it was natural. Yeah, I mean, you go to meetup groups, go hiking, go kayaking. We met a bunch of girls on the hike yesterday. I mean, we didn't have to ask them out or nothing, but I mean, the opportunity was there. There were girls hiking, and some of them were good looking. I think they're closer to my age, though. the kid, I'm like, oh, he probably thinks they're old. But, yeah, that's, you know, but that's what I'm saying. When you're going about your regular day, like there's a cute girl at the train, there's a cute girl here, there's a cute girl there. Ask them out. El Santiago, $5. It was scary at first, then over time, I'm just F it and ask a girl whenever I see one. Yep. That's where you get a program. That's where you get an algorithm. I'm like, hey, you're cute. Want to go out? Luis Sanchez, $5 again. Houses are too expensive to move to in Indiana, in my opinion. I do have money saved, but buy one once prices go down. Okay, cool. That's cool. Are we caught up? Rachel, yes, they do. I have one particular female friend where the men just blank and they ghost, and that's it. I'd like to say payback, but I'd prefer everyone just honor their word and not stand people up. That'd just be me. Be me. Yes, I am, Jennifer. Good ear. Good ear. Outstanding. Truck's rolling again, Dad. Boom, 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 boom. There we go. All right. Questions, answers, assholeconsulting.com. I'll see you guys later. Toodles.